Step into any American museum, and you're met with a profound silence. You see a rusted musket behind glass, a grand spinning wheel, the velvet breeches of a founding father all frozen and quiet. We've been taught to view history as a silent film, a collection of artifacts without sound. But the past was never silent. Colonial America was a symphony of noise, a world louder and rawer than our own. To truly understand it, we must close our eyes and open our ears. The heartbeat of the 1700s wasn't the hum of electricity. It was the pulse of muscle and material. The blacksmith's shop was the percussion section. Imagine the heavy thud of a sledgehammer on glowing iron, a sound you felt in your chest, followed by the high-pitched ting-ting of a hand hammer shaping the metal. Then, the violent hiss as red-hot iron hit water. Near the river, you'd hear the relentless groan of the gristmill, the slosh and creak of its massive wooden wheel, and the deep rumble of grinding stones turning wheat to flour. This was the sound of survival. Inside a colonial home, the soundscape was intimate. The dominant sound was the spinning wheel, a hypnotic humsing that filled every house for hours a day. In the kitchen, the open hearth crackled constantly. Iron pots screeched as they were moved, and the butter churn created a heavy, wet thump splash. On the uncarpeted wooden floors, hard leather shoes made a sharp, percussive clatter with every step. Even speech was different. The American accent didn't exist yet. Many settlers spoke with the heavy, rolling R's of the Scots. In a world without microphones, a town crier or a preacher had to project with a booming, rhythmic voice to be heard. And in the South, the air was filled with the musical Gullah-Geechee dialects, a fusion of West African languages and English. Nighttime brought its own terrifying sounds. Without modern insulation, the wind whistled and rattled the single-pane windows. The timber frames of houses would settle with a loud, pistol-shot crack. Outside, the howl of the wolf was a common sound, not a distant rarity. And on Sundays, the loudest sound anyone might hear was the toll of the church bell. Inside, instead of organs, congregations practiced lining out, a raw, overlapping wave of human voices singing psalms. Why does hearing this matter? Because silence makes the past feel distant, like a fairy tale. When we restore the roar of the mill and the hum of the wheel, historical figures become flesh and blood. They become real people living in a loud, vibrant, and industrious world. By listening to these symphonies in the silence, we don't just learn about history, we feel it. Thanks for watching, and if you want to hear more stories from the past, be sure to subscribe.